Welcome to Flashpoints. I'm Jeff Begays, joined as usual by CBS News senior national security analyst Juan Zarate. This attack in Kenya, nearly 150 people killed, Al-Shabaab on the move again. Can that government keep them in check?
It's proving difficult, and this is the most significant terrorist attack on Kenyan soil since the 1998 embassy bombing. And what it demonstrates is that Al-Shabaab remains committed to attacking Kenya in Kenya. They've done so. Obviously, we saw this in 2013 with the Westgate Mall attack, the heart of the commercial sector of Nairobi. They've now hit a key educational institution near the Somali border, and they've hit other sites with workers and other sites in Kenya. And so this demonstrates that Al-Shabaab not only is lethal, but they remain committed to hitting Kenya and other countries that are fighting them in Somalia, like Uganda, for example, in their countries. And it demonstrates that Al-Shabaab is still alive, it's kicking, and it's dangerous. And the Kenyans are having a hard time, I think, defending their borders and certainly defending infiltrations by Al-Shabaab cells. And that's a worrisome trend for the Kenyans.
And Al-Shabaab is the group that called for lone wolf attacks at Western malls.
What if such an attack was to occur in the Mall of America in Minnesota?
Do they have that capability?
Well, here's the danger, Jeff. The concern is that this is a group that not only has the manpower to execute this kind of a significant attack on a university, but that they may have access to Westerners. And we know this. The Americans have traveled there before. We know that Western Europeans, Australians have joined the fight with Al-Shabaab. And so the real question and danger is, are they able to assemble even just a handful of these characters and send them back to the West and direct them and deploy them to attack in place? And again, as we've seen now over the course of several months with attacks in Paris and Sydney and attacks like this, you can have strategic impact with an attack that doesn't have to look like a 9/11. It can hit the right kind of target. It can create the kind of ideological ripple effect that the attack on an educational site, that attacks on Christians, can really then foment additional tension and terror. And I think that's really the danger here. You can have just a handful of individuals who are deployed back to the West, could hit a target like a mall and really wreak havoc in a Western society. And I think that's a danger with Al-Shabaab and with any of the other Al-Qaeda affiliates that are out there.
So what are Al-Shabaab's strategic goals? We hear these reports of separating Christians from Muslims. Are they trying to spark a religious war?
Well, keep in mind Al-Shabaab is both an insurgency and a terrorist group. And in that regard, they have local motivations. They want to hold and keep territory. They want to control Somalia. They also, though, have the global jihadi DNA built into their agenda. And so they do want to export not just their ideology, but their terror. And their first targets are those neighboring countries that are actually fighting them in country. Keep in mind, Kenya has troops in Somalia. The Ethiopians, the Ugandans, African Union forces have been helping the Somali government defend against Al-Shabaab. They've been quite effective, by the way. And so Al-Shabaab is fighting back. They're doing so in ways that are asymmetric, attacking soft targets like these. And what they're trying to do is export their terror and their ideology, which fits into this broader global narrative. And so they're local, but they're also global. And that's what you're seeing in these kinds of attacks.
All right. We'll have more on Al-Shabaab. I'm sure they continue to carry out these attacks. For Juan Zarate, I'm Jeff Begays, and that is Flashpoints.